Hello Cancer, and welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. I hope that you're doing well. I must say we are in quite the intensity of energy as I'm currently reading this, Cancer. So give yourself a pat on the back and give yourself some credit for being a human being alive here on the planet right now, because that is not an easy thing for us to experience for most of us at this current time in our lives. Give yourself some credit there. We're going to start your reading, Cancer. This is a message for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Cancer. These are general messages, so please take what resonates for you. Check with your moon or your rising sign if this message is not resonating for you. Although I always highly suggest keeping the message in the back of your mind or your back pocket if it's not resonating, because I do read into our blind spots, our subconscious, that we don't always see or know fully what it is that is maybe causing us some frustration, confusion, anxiety, blocks. So the message may start to make sense down the road. For you, Cancer, the first card out we have is denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Second card is friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So there might be something going on within a friendship or a connection. And yeah, we do have soul contracts. Certain people, certain connections, and experiences that we have in this lifetime that we've already made arrangements with, so to speak, before we incarnated into this lifetime to play out certain characteristics and lessons that actually assist in our evolutionary process and our growth, our self-awareness. So acknowledge your fear, replace it with the insight of awareness. With freedom, I possess the power to and the free will to create my own happiness. And then at the bottom of the deck, Cancer, we have loneliness. So let's keep going here. There is a friendship, there's a connection that's teaching you some important lessons. So don't be in denial about them. You do possess the free will. You create your own happiness. It does not come from outside of you, from other people, other experiences. It comes from you alone. So this may be a connection that either you're no longer friends, or you're no longer engaging with each other yet, and you're feeling lonely, or this is somebody that's still very much in your life, yet you don't feel connected to them. You feel lonely within the relationship. We're going to dive a little deeper into this, though. I know that I'm never alone. You are never alone, Cancer. Every relationship we have is also a cosmic mirror to show us certain things, certain patterns, certain parts of ourselves that we have denied, suppressed, repressed, hidden away from ourselves. So some people in our lives will trigger these parts of ourselves, fragmented aspects of ourselves that we have suppressed, denied, hidden. They come up and it doesn't feel good at all. And so we typically, as humans, tend to blame the other person for that, and so the story goes. But let's keep going here. Let's see what's coming through for you. Security. So you weren't feeling secure in this friendship at all. And I don't feel like you're denying that anymore. There's some kind of fear that either this person is betraying you, talking about you behind your back, or worse. It could also be a codependent relationship where you're just fearful of the person leaving your life because you rely or depend on them maybe too much. And now acknowledging that fear can kind of clear out that pattern of yours. People pleasing. Saying and doing things that are not really of your authenticity. Connection. Okay, what I'm getting here, Cancer, is this is a friendship. It could be a very old friendship that lost connection, or maybe you're realizing you didn't have as deep of a connection as you thought you did. Something about the security of this connection. There's fear there. But you want to replace that with awareness. Awareness of truth. Intuition and values at the bottom. Cancer, this is telling me, trust your intuition and use your own free will to create your own happiness. What it is that your inner knowing is true about this friendship, this connection. In your gut, in your heart, not whatever's going on in the mind. Trust your intuitive senses. This person is probably in your life to teach you some valuable lessons. Not saying that the person is bad, but it may not be a healthy connection anymore, or there just might be disconnect altogether. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. It's possible that you hadn't been forthright or straightforward with somebody because you were afraid. There's so many possibilities that are coming up here. Let's just keep going. It's there's a lot of messages for you, Cancer. But ultimately, you don't want to be in denial anymore. Especially if you're suffering in silence within a relationship. And I'd be really surprised if that card doesn't come out now that I'm talking about it. It's not worth having people in our lives if we cannot be straightforward and real and honest and authentic and true to ourselves. That's what true connection is. Transparency, vulnerability. Partners and alliances wanted to come out. Maybe you hadn't felt connected or to any of your relationships. Yeah, the Tower, accelerated motion. So the lessons are coming through fast and furious. Something is shaken up. There's a shake up, and deep awareness is coming from this. It's cracked you open to the point where you cannot go back to the old ways, the old patterns that you had been operating under, which were not good for you. They were not healthy for you. This may not have been the healthiest connection for you. Definitely is teaching you a lesson, a valuable lesson for yourself, for your self-awareness. Tell me about friendship and connection. It's also possible that you just feel lonely, like you don't have any real friends. Maybe there's a fear, like it's not safe to open up to others. But if you don't break down your walls and your barriers and allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to be transparent, to let people in, they're not going to let you in either all the way. And you can pretend all you want. The universe is watching and experiencing this through you as well. So you might as well just allow yourself to open up and actually form true connections without fear of betrayal and heartache and pain and drama and whatever you may have experienced in your past. Intuition again. Trust your intuition, Cancer. It is speaking to you loud and clear. Trust it. This is probably a part of you that you have been denying. You knew the truth all along. Stand your ground in solitude, patience, and planning. So you want to attract people into your life that share the same values as you. You're feeling very lonely because I don't feel like you feel like you can truly connect to others, or are attracting people into your life that have the same values of your as you. Maybe because you were feeling so lonely, you were just letting people in, but getting hurt by that. Stand your ground. Know your truth. This is under intuition and freedom. And you may be in solitude, taking time to yourself. This is also self-awareness, taking time to really take inventory of your life, of yourself, and the people that you allow into your life and your heart. You're learning something right now. Patience and planning on the bottom of this. So be patient with the process. We're stripping away a lot of the old so that a lot of the old baggage can come up and be seen and be healed and dealt with. Planning for the future just means planning what I actually want to experience going forward with friendships, with people. It's not what you had been experiencing. But you also have to allow that to, you have to be open to receiving that. So that requires, again, being brave enough to be vulnerable and transparent to allow people in. But use just discernment and intuition before you just let anybody into your life. You can feel their energy. You can tell. Use your sensitivities. Use your intuition. King of Pentacles. Stable, secure. This connection or friendship or lack thereof may have been showing you how you don't really feel stable and secure within yourself, within your life. Or it could be the flip side. Maybe it had brought out, like pulled out all the gunk. So now you're actually like, yeah, I love myself. I feel good about myself. I'm sure. I'm stable. I'm secure within me. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. Grounded. Four of Swords. Again, more time to the self. Take some time to rest. Rejuvenate your energy. Contemplate what is going on within the mind right now. It is a bit of a downtime for many of us. Meaning, like, rest. Slow down. And reevaluate what it is that you truly desire. You're holding on to the pain. You're holding on to the betrayal, the hurt that others have inflicted on you in the past. This is what makes it so hard for you to open up and be vulnerable and be transparent. Queen of Cups at the bottom, to really express all of you, to be emotionally vulnerable. You don't feel safe sharing your emotions in your connections. And that's important. So it's important to also go back as to why. And whoever had really hurt you and caused you pain, let go of that. Release that so that you can be open to receiving what the connections that are truly in alignment with you, who you truly are. Let's get some advice for you, Cancer. And while I'm shuffling these cards, if you could just take a moment, if you like this video, to please click that thumbs up button, that like button for me, please. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. This truly does help with the channel's growth, as well as getting the messages out through the YouTube algorithms. Helps, pass the messages along to others who may need to hear as well. So I greatly appreciate it, and I thank all of you who have taken the time to subscribe and also to like the videos if you like them. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. All right, let's get your advice. I felt this. Karmic relationships. Orion energy. Polarity. Soul growth and conflict. Let's read it from the book. This message is just pretty much confirming all of these messages here. So this is karmic, meaning this is lessons, soul growth. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many starseeds who were part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive, second-guessing mode instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? That pretty much sums this up. And it reminds me of a message that I was waking up every morning with for quite some time. It was about last year. But it was a reminder to choose to see the divinity in all. We get to see both sides of the duality, the polarity of other people, ourselves as well, and life. But when we choose to see the divinity in all, that really does help. It's not saying to take crap from other people, but we don't need to take that crap and carry it around with us and wear it and have it weigh us down and then infiltrate our other connections with others. So that is the message I have for you this week, Cancer. I hope that this was helpful for you. And I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.